So now Brandon is going to share a little bit about his experiences with that summer program.
Hi, everyone. Like Ann said, my name is Brandon Denoncourt. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you all. So my summer that I went, there was 13 WSU students that went, and I want to say almost everyone, maybe everyone but one or two people did get a scholarship. So like Ann said, make sure you fill those out. They are, it really helped out. It paid for almost all of the schooling part of it, and then I just paid for all the extracurricular stuff that I wanted to do. But so in this slide here, we have a bunch of photos, and we worked for a French wine company on a marketing and exporting research project for them. So we had 2 3-week sessions for the school. The first 3 weeks was taught by Professor Chang, the WSU professor, and we would have class from 9 a.m. till about 2 in the afternoon with the lunch break. The class was super easy though, in the terms of you don't have homework, you're not going back to your dorm room and studying for hours or anything like that, or working on busy work. So that's really nice. What you're doing is working on a project for whichever company you work for when you go over there. So we work on a semester long, or not a semester, summer long project, I'm sorry. And what my group did is we worked on, they wanted to expand to different markets. So we realized that the US would probably be the best market for them to enter into. And then we came up with a plan for them, contacted distributors, suppliers, all sorts of stuff like that, and figured out their way into the United States market. We also figured out what they would need to do to their bottle to change it, to help sell it in America compared to what they're selling in France. They had a very sleek minimalist design over there that would work well over here, but their labeling would have to change quite a bit considering it's all in French and it would need to be in English here. And the way they classify wine in the different countries is quite a bit different than it is in the United States. So that was really a cool experience. Like I said, 3 days a week. So we went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, didn't have a whole lot of homework, which was nice other than the research we wanted to do on our own time. And then anytime we got stuff done early, we would get to get out of class early. You know, if we had all of our research done that we needed to complete that day, we'd get out early. And then, so the coolest thing, I would say, one of my favorite parts of the trip is when Professor Chang actually toured us around Bayonne. He took us a tour around the town. That picture on the bottom there, he took us to the beach a couple classes. So for 2 of our class periods, we got to go and learn a little bit on the beach. And then we went and played football, which all the French people thought was pretty interesting to watch. So that was always a fun time. In the top corner there, we're at the winery, and we're in the vineyards there. So it was a really pretty, very cool up in the mountains. And then one of the things we did a lot is we would have taco parties or pasta parties. We would all cook in someone's room and bring our little tables in, and we would all hang out together. So it was a really cool experience. You know, you know a lot of people on campus, but then you go and you spend 6 weeks with some people, and they'll be your best friends for life. I still talk to almost all of these guys and girls I went with almost every day. We have a group message that we're always chit chatting or trying to hang out and do something. You also got to tour ESC Poe, which is the Poe Business School that we're partnering with for this study abroad experience. And that was a really cool tour. It was really cool to see a French university, how things were different, how they were similar. And you also got to tour the town of Poe and King Henry's Castle, which was really cool. Lastly, on this slide, we got to eat at the French winery. But the coolest thing about the trip, besides studying, as much fun as that sounds, like Anne was talking about, is the experiences, the stuff you get to see, and the ability to travel. So while I was there, I went to 5 different countries. The top left there, we went to Switzerland and hiked up in the Swiss Alps, which was a lot of fun. That was probably the most beautiful place we went to. Of course, we spent about 5 days in Paris, which was really fun. We saw the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe in the photo there. We went to Rome, toured the Colosseum, which was the coolest historic thing. The San Sebastian, Spain was Professor Cheng. That's what he recommended us for do. So that was the only trip we actually all went on together. All 13 of us went down there, and we got Airbnbs and stayed real close to the beach and had just tons of fun laying on the beach and hanging out together. Paris was tons of fun. And then the coolest thing I did definitely the whole time I was there was I did the bull run in Pamplona, Spain. So I ran with the bulls. Millions of people go to that festival every year, and it's every year. So it's really fun, something you could do as well while you're there if you do this study abroad. But you can travel. Traveling is super cheap. You can take flights, overnight buses, trains. There's so many different modes of transportation. So as long as you plan things out, you can get to different countries really cheap. I mean, I'm talking 100 euros round trip to go to a different country, just travel wise, and then 50, 60 bucks, depending how many people, for Airbnbs or hotels, stuff like that. If you ever have any questions, though, feel free to get my contact info from Anne.